Bumblebee.
Check on the
Right?
rep. Yep, second and none.
So you're my guardian.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be looking at the XP-13, also known as an upscale of the MPM-03 Bumblebee. Now, taking a quick look at the packaging, XP-13, quick little render of Bumblebee. That is actually the figure, which does look very nice. Some deformed Autobots, you know, just all that knockoff stuff. Turn it to the side, simply just has the company's name, XP-13. Then we got some nice photo shots of the figure. Makes it look like it has glowing eyes up here. He doesn't, unfortunately. On the side, just a carrying case. On the top, XP-13. Now taking a quick look at the accessories, the first one he comes with is this little hammer. Now it's nothing too crazy. It is just straight plastic with a little bit of yellow paint on it. Feels very cheap. I'm personally not going to be using this, but every Bumblebee nowadays seems to come with a hammer. The second accessory that this young fellow comes with is his, I don't know what you want to call it, maybe just blaster, I guess. But yeah, really nice silver paint with a lot of sculpting on it, which makes it look really, really nice. You know, there is a little bit of a crease down the middle, but that is so you can split it. I wish that it could have split a different way, but you know, you can't always have everything. Taking the figure out of the box, you can see he looks phenomenal. He's got so many small intricate details and a lot of really, really nice paints. So many small details, and he just looks phenomenal. I mean, there's so many things that this figure does that makes him look so much more accurate to movie than the likes of the Studio Series and even some of those mainline figures from back in the day. Now, taking it from a close look, the head sculpt looks phenomenal. Mine does have a slight problem where this doesn't really have a full tab in it, so I feel like every time we try to move the head, it does that through the transformation. But it's not the end of the world because you can just grab the head from down here. But the head is looking phenomenal. This looks like it jumped out of the screen from that 2007 movie, which is, I'm pretty sure, the one that this is based off of. I get that it could technically be the Revenge of the Fallen, but I'm pretty sure this is technically the 2007 one. There's even some nice details on the back of the neck, which did not need to be there, but they did go on and include those. We do have the mirrors of the car that do end up becoming these like sort of like shoulder pads. I'm not 100% sure what they are, but yeah, taking a look at the chest, looking phenomenal, way better than what the Studio Series did. As good as that did, this just looks way better. I just feel like this looks way more accurate compared to what the Studio Series did. You know, like, this does not actually have a Camaro logo because this is a knockoff, so this isn't an officially licensed Camaro, which doesn't really surprise me. But taking a look at the arms, they got this really, really nice silver on them, tons of mechanical detail. You can see these kinds of like springs through here, some like gears probably. And then the shoulder pad does move for transformation, so if you don't like it splaying out, you can just kind of squish it down. But coming down to the forearm, even more detail, just tons and tons, making this thing just look beautiful. The forearm covers, I guess, is what you could say. They do look accurate. I do wish they splayed out a little bit more like the Studio Series one does, where like they go to the side a little bit here. But still looking great. You know, got a little bit more yellow there. And then the hand also does look really, really nice. Not a lot going on in there, but it is the inside of the hand, so I don't know what you could be expecting on that. Lots, it's not a lot, but there is some detail on the inside of the car too, just like kind of cover up that hollow gap, which you can see right there. We got some chains, whatever that is. We got some chains, whatever that is. Looking really good. Now taking a look down here, this part right here I'm pretty sure is die cast, which is awesome. But yeah, tons more details in there, looking really accurate to that 2007 movie. They even got the license plate on the crotch, which looks awesome. Moving these kind of hip skirts out the way, you can see even more detail on the leg. Tons of springs, nice silvery wash, some pistons, looking great. Cannot bend the knee to expose any more detail, but not that big of a deal. Turning to the side here, these legs look really, really accurate to what the movie is. They even managed to get the wheel on the inside of the foot, which is awesome. They don't usually manage to do that a lot, but they did here. So yeah, the only, I guess, kibble that the legs have is when you turn around to the back and you can see the headlight, but that is not a problem at all. It wouldn't surprise me if that's actually accurate, and I just didn't know. And like I said, you got the wheel in the foot. They aren't rubberized, but it's still awesome. This little section here is die-cast too, along with this little front section here, which is pretty cool. And then coming to the wings here, these do actually tilt up to give the way more movie accurate look. Now this is the Studio Series just has them laying flat. This one, you can tilt them up. Speaking of the back, it's a little bit wide, but it's not too bad by any stretch of the imagination. And then on the back, there is some more details, but not a lot. I like that they were actually able to split the wings. I know it's kind of common in modern ones, but when this figure came out, that was not super common. But yeah, in terms of how to get some of the accessories on the figure, the hammer, the fingers are articulated, so he does just hold it like you would hold anything else. There is this small tab, which does look like it's supposed to go into the hand. I haven't really been able to get it in though. Might just be a me problem, but it just doesn't really seem like it fits. So I don't usually try that. I just have him grab it, wrap his fingers around it. It's not a very stable connection, like at all, right? I mean, like he can hold it, but it's not clipped in. It's none of that. It's just there. So yeah, but the gun's a little bit more intricate. So what you're gonna want to do, make sure the hand is in a fist. Come back here, lift that up. Go ahead and just put the hand on in there. Then you're just gonna want to move this around. Fine, there should be 2 tabs on a part of it. Maybe 2 slots. There they are. So here's 2 slots there. Peg those ones in facing up. And then you just gotta kind of maneuver this around so those tabs peg in. Can be a little bit tricky sometimes. There we go. And then there he is holding his gun. Now there is one more gimmick with this guy, and that is his battle mask. Now instead of including a separate head sculpt, all you do, you pop this up, you bring this down, and you will kind of want to tilt the head up because you have to give the head a little bit of a squeeze. You just bring this right back down, like I said, give the head a little bit of a squeeze. And there you go. There he is with his battle mask. Now this guy is pretty highly articulated. If you have that Studio Series figure, it's kind of the same, except it's a little bit less limited. So the head is on a hinge and a swivel, so it can look up about that far. It can look down to a really good degree actually. And then it can go ahead and rotate, not quite the full 360, but to about right there, which is not bad to any stretch of the imagination. The arms technically go out on these joints, but most of the time you're gonna end up just tilting that up and then using those. Isn't that bad. There is a bicep swivel, and then there is a 90-degree bend at the elbow. Wish it was above 90, but it's not too bad at all. The wings are also articulated, although they are very, very loose on my copy. So I don't know if that's a mask thing or if it is just my copy, but they are articulated to an extent. But yeah, the fingers have the commander class type articulation, where you got the pointer finger on its own, 3 fingers squish, and then the thumb. So, and then there is a wrist swivel too. While we're at that, the waist can rotate, although it's a little compromised, not too much, but it is just a little compromised by this whole back section here. But I feel like that's as far as you need it going anyway, so it's not too big of a problem. These hip skirts can maneuver to allow a really nice ratchet to go about that far out. Bend the knee on another really nice ratchet to go to about 90. You know, kind of have to move some stuff around to get to that, but you can do it. There is an ankle tilt, although it's not a lot. I mean, it works though. There is some toe pivot. You can get the toes about that far forward, and go all the way down, and then this thing can rotate. And then this thing can also move if you need to accommodate for any of that. So all in all, Articulation on this guy is pretty good, but it could be a lot better. It could be a lot better. For some comparisons, here he is next to 86 Studio Series Bumblebee, Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, Studio Series 2007 Bumblebee, and finally Upscaled MPM-04 Optimus Prime. Now, transformation is fairly basic for a masterpiece figure, and you'll find it very reminiscent if you do have that Studio Series Bumblebee. And there you have it. Bumblebee transformed into his 2007 Camaro. Now, like I said, not officially licensed due to copyright reasons, but it definitely does look the part. It even actually has Camaro written on the side, which is funny because, like I said, it is not officially licensed. You can tell because there's no Chevy logo at the front. So, I don't know how they managed to do that, but good for them. But yeah, the Camaro definitely does look very nice. There is one part of the transformation that really sucks, and it's getting these doors pegged in because of the way they tab in from the side and not like inside of the car. So that part's a little annoying. It does roll really nicely, which is awesome. But yeah, I love the glossiness on this guy. You can see it reflecting off my lights. He is very glossy, and I really like it. Very minimal amount of paint difference right there. Color, whatever you call it right there. Although it's very minimal, and I actually only noticed it because of these lights. But like I said, definitely plays the part. Undercarriage looks very nice. There's no weird parts sticking out. I mean, you can maybe say the shoulder pads, sorry, not the shoulder pads, the knee pads stick out just a little too much, but it's really not that big of a deal. The one major complaint I've had about this vehicle mode is no matter how hard I try, and it might be just because I'm too scared to try it, but I really cannot get this front windshield to go down all the way. And I really don't want to press too hard because it is clear plastic, and it might shatter if I try too hard. But I can never get this fully flush. You can kind of see there's always been this gap in it, and I've never found out how to get that all the way down. It's a little annoying, but all in all, a great looking vehicle mode. So wrapping up my review on the So wrapping up my review on the XP-13, aka the upscale of the MPM-03, he is really good, especially compared to that Studio Series one. Like I said, he is pretty much a Studio Series one, except upscaled to a crazy degree, and it makes it a lot more fun. The main problem about the Studio Series one, in my opinion, is his size. He's very fiddly for how small he is, and this guy fixes all of those problems. The only problem I have with this guy is the wings and the fact that they just are very loose on my copy, which, like I said, might just be a my copy thing. Might not even be a mass problem. Same with the way the neck piece just like moves around. Like I said, all things that could just be problems with my copy. This guy's a great figure, although like the Optimus, he is very fiddly. So make sure you are careful when you are buying, if you really do want to buy this guy. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.